Yes, I know, I've promised that I'd tell you my story, but I think that to fully get the whole point across about how I got into this situation, we're gonna have to go right back. You settle down? Great. So when I was 22 years old, I got involved with space pirates. Now I know you're thinking, how the hell did you get involved with space pirates, Quill? Well, it just happens. I can tell you exactly how it happens. I decided that I was gonna have a little excursion away from, my regular crowd. And I signed up to go with a space agency on holiday to a not great part of the universe. And through that, I am with a group of people. And they're all stood around waiting for the tour guide to turn up. And eventually, here she comes, this really hot alien chick. She's got like purple skin. She comes up and she's like, hey, okay, this trip's gonna be great, but what I need you to do, I need you to keep your mouth closed, and I need you guys to know I have paid off the space pirates, so they won't bother us. And they've given us 2 space pirates, so we should be pretty safe. And I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, this whole trip just went from to awesome. So she's there stressing, don't talk to them, don't even look at them, just keep your business to yourself, and they'll keep their business to themselves, and they'll keep us safe, and we'll have a good trip. And then you can go home in 2 weeks, and it'll be fine. And I'm like, cool. I go, and I get some vodka, some rum, some whiskey, and I'm like, I want to go kick it with these guys. I don't know their language. I kind of heard them say when they first arrived, so I am taking a guess it's like quite deep galaxy that they're speaking, and I'm not great at deep galaxy. Okay, I'm gonna go in, knock on the door, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Kushka, which I don't know if you know what that means, but it's pretty spicy. It means I work pussy, but it actually means I work with cats. I figured they'll get it. They'll get the grasp of the situation. So I wait, I bide my time, going around trying to make some eye contact with the guys that we're with. Just trying to get their attention, like, hey, what's up? What's up? I'm cool, I'm not like them. And then that night, got this sentence all lined up in my head in deep galaxy again. I go up to the door and I'm like, door opens, and it doesn't matter that I knew what I was gonna say. Everything is gone from my head in that moment, because there is a real-life space pirate who is 8 foot tall, has 6 arms, which are all so muscular. Like, it must be painful to be that muscular. Like, his skin looked like it was stretching, and if he moved, it was like, oh no, that's not attractive. No one wants that. Anyway, he opens up the door and he just looks me up down. This weedy earthling. He just goes, what do you want? I don't know what to say. I'm just like, I'm Starlord! This guy bursts out laughing. He thinks it's the funniest thing that anyone's ever said, and he's just like, huh, okay. Slaps a hand on me, slaps 2 hands on my back, guides me in to the room where there are 9 other space pirates sitting around a table, all smoking, all looking at me as I come in. And he's like, stop! Tell him what you said. And I'm just like, oh, well, at this point, fuck it. I am Starlord! And they're all like, he is Starlord! And it's like, cool, man! In I go, and I am welcomed into this fray of just very scary space pirates who all think it's great that I'm Starlord. And yeah, that's how I became Starlord. But you gotta know, the real reason here that they loved me, I was able to go shot for shot with them on everything they drank that night. I almost drank them under a table. These guys loved me. And all I could say in their language was, I am Starlord, and I fuck cats. The guy at the door, his name's Igor. He became my best friend, and he was just always hanging out with me. I had the best summer of my life. Then, the trip that I'm with decides that we're gonna take a little excursion into one of the nearby planets. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Come on, Igor, you got a room with me, man. We'll be in the same cabin. We'll have a great time. And he's like, oh, no. Can't go, sorry. I'm like, what? Igor, come on! It's me! I am Starlord, come on! He's like, no, can't do it. A different set of space pirates run the ship that I'm going to be traveling on. And then a different set of space pirates run the planet that I'm going to. And he's like, I can't go. Don't worry. I got contacts. I will sort you out. We'll have a great time. And I'm like, Igor, okay, no problem. So next day he escorts me. He takes me to the docking bay. The rest of the class are there. Igor introduced me to my two new space pirates, Igor and Igor. And they're like, who's this? He's like, okay. This here is Starlord. Give him vodka, and you will have a great time. The bigger of the two Igors is like, oh man, I cannot wait to play with Starlord. And off we go. And I'm about to head back with the rest of the tour group I'm with, and the little Igor grabs me on the shoulder and goes, no, don't worry. You're not gonna sit down there with those guys. You're gonna come up to first class with me. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, let's go. And we go into the first class. The entirety of this pirate battalion are just sitting in this room, and there is food, booze, and here's the absolute kicker. You will not believe this. We are sitting there, waiting to take off, and then people started coming in to pay their respects to these pirates. The captain of the entire ship walks in, and he's just head bowed. Comes in and he takes off his medals, man! He's got medals on his shirt. He takes them off. And he puts them in my lap. He's like, this is a present for Starlord. I'm like, that's me. I'm the Starlord. I kind of feel like that these whole Starlord stories have kind of gotten out of control. Anyway, Big Igor, he stands up and he's like, hey, Starlord, come on. We're gonna go to the drink section, the booze section. We walk in and we're like, yeah. Everybody goes quiet, looks up at the door. Guy behind the bar ducks out. So Big Igor is like, you go around there, Starlord. And I'm like, okay. I understood what he just said in his language. I am learning his language by being around him. This is awesome. So I go around and I'm like, I did it! And he's like, nice. Here's another test for you. I'm like, hit me. I got this. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I can translate. Grab the vodka. I'm like, vodka, yes, I know that one. Here it is. This is the vodka. And he's like, nice. Okay. Next one. Grab some food. And I'm like, food. Okay. Any food? And he's like, grab those chips. And I'm like, sweet, chips. Got it. I am learning your language. This is awesome. This is some synergy. And he's like, yeah. Anyway, grab the money. And I'm like, sweet, wait, what? He's like, yeah, get the money out of the till. And I'm like, huh. Then it dawned on me. We were robbing the bar. And I was the one doing it. So yeah, I grabbed the money. And as I'm walking out, some people that were on the trip with me, they just look up and they're like, oh man, you're in so much trouble when you get caught. And I'm like, whatever, man. I'm a pirate now. We go back to the first class area, and we just sat there laughing, got all this money that I just stole. 5 minutes pass, everyone's laughing, drinking. In walks the head chaperone of this trip that I am on. Just walks in and is like, no, this is over. This is over. No more of this. You need to get out of here. Come on, we're leaving. Stand up, we're leaving. And the Big Igor looks at me confused and is like, takes a big sip of his drink, looks the chaperone dead in the eyes, and then spits his drink in them. Stands up and is like, nobody talks to Starlord like that. And I'm like, oh man, I appreciate the, okay. Igor closes the door in her face and turns around to me, pulls out a master key card, and is like, things are gonna get fun when it goes dark tonight. And I'm like, what are we doing when it gets dark, man? It's like, okay, we're gonna rob the whole f***ing spaceship. I mean, I'm a good person. I've done some things that, I probably shouldn't mention, but as a whole, I'm a good person. Apparently, when presented with the opportunity, I'm also the guy that says, okay, let's start with the guys I'm traveling with. I mean, they were asleep, if that makes you feel any better about this whole situation. And, I mean, if it's any consolation, we also robbed myself, because my stuff was with them. And so we robbed everyone I was with, and then the rest of the ship. And then we went back to where we were staying, and we drank all night. Like, literally all night. Like, that is top 5 drunkest I have ever been without throwing up at the end. So the morning rolls around, and we pull into the docking bay. And everyone starts departing, and I can see out of the window that there are some space cops stood in the docking bay, staring. People I'm with are going over to them, talking to them, looking up, staring at the window, looking at me, pointing. And I'm like, oh, I'm too pretty to go to jail. Igor claps one of those meaty hands on my shoulder, looks at me, I look at him, he's like, don't even worry about it. You're Starlord. And I'm like, oh man, please don't. So we go out. I'm surrounded by space pirates, getting pushed to the front of the space pirates, which is kind of an issue if you know what's happening here. And the police look over. Person that had the spit in the face looks me dead in the eyes and is like, you're in so much trouble. I'm like, yeah, probably. So I get taken up, and the head of police is like, you Starlord? I'm like, oh man, no! Igor points at me and goes, he is Starlord. Policeman looks around, leans in and goes, we've heard so much about you, Starlord. Welcome to the planet. What the fuck? I am now in cahoots with the police who are in cahoots with space pirates. Definitely one of my best vacations ever. And yeah, I guess that kind of leads to now, huh? I'm sure you can probably gather some things happened in the middle, but mainly what the point is that brings me here. I had that whole thing happen to me. But you know what's the worst thing that's happened to me? This. Right here, right now. Because Tony effin' Stark decided to close the attic hatch without even checking if anybody happened to be sleeping up here with a hangover. What an a-hole. Am I right? I don't know why I'm asking you. I guess you're my only hope. My only company.